Good evening, guys, and happy Wednesday to all of your sunshiny faces. Almost gonna say Thursday. I thought it was Thursday because originally I told you guys yesterday that we were gonna go to Meyer today because I'm supposed to be going over to my aunt's house tomorrow. But that all ended up changing. I'm not going over to my aunt's house. We actually got hit with a bunch of snow. Like, it was actually last night. Originally Jack was like, oh, they might wind up canceling school, like all the teachers have been talking about it, like that they were gonna have, and they don't get snow days anymore, guys. Back when I was in school, back in my day, used to get an actual snow day where you didn't have to do anything. Now with all their little Chromebooks and their iPads and all that kind of stuff that they have with them, they do e-learning days. So you know, which again though, during the pandemic, probably technology-wise was the best position to be in when schools are canceled and you have to basically remote learn everything. You know, it's the best time to have that kind of technology. But back in my day, we didn't have that, and when school was canceled because of the snow, you just didn't have to do school. You had to make it up at the end of the year. So I think for the most part, they don't have to make it up at the end of the year though, which is kind of cool. But you did like being a kid, and you know, and again too, even when I was in high school and elementary school, you liked the fact that, you know, if there was a snow day, you just didn't have to do anything and it was a fun surprise, and you know, like all that kind of stuff, and you're just not expecting it, and oh my gosh, there's snow. I remember one snow day, it was really bad, and my friend's mom actually came to pick up a whole bunch of us girls that were all in the same class, and she went to go and pick up one of my friends who lives like 2 blocks over. And they live at the bottom of this really big hill. And I remember the streets, like again too, we got a snow day because mainly the snow day is like the streets are just not plowed well enough that the buses can't get through. So, you know, and it's, you know, dangerous driving conditions. So again, it's canceled because of that, but we're all, you know, deciding that, you know, we're gonna get together for the snow day and everything like that. And her mom is like barely like trying so hard not to skid down this giant hill that my friend lives at the bottom of. And so it was, and then trying to get back up it on the other side because it was just like it dipped down. And so trying to get back up it in like a foot of snow. It was pretty crazy. So we survived though, and nothing happened, and you know, we're here to talk about it today. But then after that, we ended up going, and the next day, the roads were all pretty much clear by the next day. I think it was a Friday, I want to say, because I think the next day school, like we didn't have school because we ended up sleeping over at her house. So I think I want to say it was on a Friday that it happened, or it was like on a Thursday when we were supposed to have a Friday off anyway, or something like that. So her mom, like I said, ended up picking us all up. I think there was like 4 of us maybe, or something like that, or maybe it was just the 3 of us. I'm not entirely sure how many of us there were, but at the time, like I said, I just know it was the one friend that lives like 2 blocks away, because I remember her mom having to go and pick her, you know, the one friend up, and like I said, where she lived was a little bit difficult in the snow. And then we went over to her house. So like I said, I know there was at least the 3 of us. I want to say maybe it was our 4th friend, but I'm not entirely sure. So anyways though, we ended up going over to her house, and then the next day I remember us, like I said, sleeping over, but the next day we ended up going sledding. And well, actually, like we went to this hill where they end up renting like inner tubes. That's the only time I've actually, I won't say the only time I've ever been sledding on a big hill, but like I've never actually been like inner tube sledding before, and that was the first and only time I think that I've ever done that. I've been like on like sleds and like big hills, but just like, you know, just like kind of big hills, but like this was like more of like an actual legitimate, like you couldn't just bring your own like sled to like go down it. It was like I don't know, sanctioned by the park or whatever, you know, to be able to do it. And so that was, like I said, the only time I've actually been on inner tube sledding. But you know, again, big hill stuff. Like there's one place where we go to in Wisconsin that has like this really big hill, and it's known as like the sledding hill, and like everybody winds up going there, but it's also the same thing too. It's just like you just bring whatever you want to bring. Like my aunt and uncle ended up bringing a toboggan one year, and again too, and one year we ended up going with my babysitter. She actually brought a snowboard, and so but like, you know, and then at the bottom there's this other like little hill, and that's where all of us kids would always be. And so we always would just, like I said, bring the little like snow, you know, like our little sleds, you know, like little red sleds and stuff like that. But we actually had a blue one, and it had little like yellow handles on it, and it was like a two-person, kind of like a toboggan a little bit, but it was like a little plastic one. And then we had a little pink one-person sled. But I honestly love sledding, guys. It's so much fun. Honestly though, I don't know if I'd be able to do it now, like just because it's such a hike to get up those hills and then to go down. It's like, I mean, when I was little, it was just like, you know, like you're gonna keep going until you pass out, you know, kind of thing. Now it's like I'm gonna get like twice up the hill and be at that point, kind of. You know, like I'm not gonna be able to do it, and I'm gonna be paying for it like the rest of the week afterwards. So, and like I said, I've never been like back since, and I want to do that. Like that kind of stuff is fun to me. But again, back in my day, those were the kind of snow days that we got. Now they have to do e-learning, where they still don't get like a full day. They might get their like homework done or whatever. Like basically that's what it is. Like the teacher just sends the assignment or the classwork for that day or whatever, and so they can finish it, I think, kind of like at their own pace. I'm not entirely sure, but I know when Matthew was in school, it was just like, oh, like you just have to have whatever work you have, you know, for that class done by the end of the day, you know, and the teacher will like count it or whatever. And a lot of times it's just like, oh, like a worksheet thing that you just had to fill in, or, you know, like whatever it was. So I remember that's how Matthew's was. I'm not entirely sure how Jack's is, because again too, with the whole like e-learning stuff that now they had to implement, all of that because of the pandemic that they implemented, you know, I think that they might wind up actually doing it differently now, where it is more of like a like in-class kind of thing, even too, where they do wind up having to do like, you know, over Zoom and things like that. So I'm not entirely sure, but all I know is that they do still have, you know, work to do. And like I said, I also don't know if it's stuff they have to make up at the end of the year still, or if they don't. But it might still count as like a class day. So anyways, though, yes, it was snowing today, and it wasn't that bad though. So they still had school, but it's supposed to snow again like overnight, and it's supposed to get cold. So I think it's gonna kind of, because it was like wet and slushy today. So I'm not sure if it's supposed to freeze or not, but I just know that it's kind of supposed to be bad. And the same thing too, again, on the following day, on Saturday, like I think even maybe Sunday, it's supposed to snow over most of the weekend. And so, like we were talking with my aunt, and we were like, you know, just because of that too, also too, because we kind of, you know, it was kind of a little last minute that we talked to her yesterday and then planned on doing it for tomorrow. And then also too, we have some other family stuff going on as well. So we're just like, there's kind of been a lot going on right now. So we just wanted to find out if like Tuesday and Thursday, or Tuesday and Wednesday of next week will work. And I'm just probably going to do one night for right now and just see how long, because I don't want to say like two nights and then find out it's not going to take that long, or find out that I'm actually like, it's going to take me way longer than I had planned on. And then again too, I can adjust and figure that out by that point, and, you know, just again come back and forth, you know, maybe every, you know, again couple weeks or whatever it is until I can finish it up. You know, or again too, if I do find out that like, oh, okay, this is going to take longer than maybe 2 nights or 3 nights or something like that, who knows. But for right now, I think we were switching it for next week. But it wasn't, again too, it like today wasn't that bad as far as like the roads or anything like that. It wasn't too slippery out, and like for the most part it was okay. I think the bigger problem is going to probably be tomorrow, because like it's slushy, so it's like wet, but it's most likely going to freeze overnight, and it's still supposed to snow overnight as well. So that's why I was saying, like, I don't want to plan on it and then find out the roads are really bad. And the difference is too, is that my aunt lives like 45 or so minutes away, so it's going to take us a little bit longer to get there. She also kind of lives out back on country roads, so to go and get there as well, like, you know, drive through those might be a little bit more challenging, just because they might not be plowed quite as well. So we're just gonna, like I said, plan on when the snow is kind of, you know, the streets will probably be handled by that point, and the snow should be gone, you know, by early in the week. So, like I said, that is the plan. We did not go to Meijer because my dad actually had something going on tonight as well. We're going to go there tomorrow, but I did finish my list so that I don't have to worry about getting that done for tomorrow. And then me and my mom, though, did wind up running a couple errands today. And while we were out, we actually had to stop at Aldi. My mom needed something for dinner tonight, but then we just ended up, I went ahead and just did like the kind of pick up stuff that we needed at Aldi anyway. So I think the only thing that I ended up forgetting was fries, which I might not need this week. I might just get them next week. But so long as we don't need anything else from Aldi, I'm probably not going to go there on Sunday. So it's just going to be Jewel on Sunday. I didn't even check though. I forgot to check their produce for this week, but I'm not too sure. Like, I don't think that they have any better deals than any of the other stores this week. I kind of skimmed over it, but we'll see. Like I said, if I have to pop in there to grab a couple things, we can, but at least I don't have like a bigger haul that I have to do Aldi. And then we also ended up, like I said, running a couple other errands. So we got that out of the way. And again, the, you know, again, Aldi shopping. So we just have Meijer tomorrow, and then Tony's and Caputo's Friday, and then just Jewel on Sunday. And also too, because the football games are not, I think they're on a little bit later because there's just the 2 games that are on, because we're down to almost the Super Bowl, guys. So this week, last 2 games. The next week's the Pro Bowl, then the following week is the Super Bowl. I believe that's how it goes. So I think it's the 12th of February. So anyways, guys, and we got Valentine's Day's coming up too. Like, that seems like it's really, really fast. Like, that's just about 2 weeks away from here as well. So I gotta get that stuff out of the attic, the Valentine's Day decorations, and then get them in our new Valentine's Day box tote that we have. So anyways though, guys, yes, I got a couple things that I gotta do, but I got a bunch of editing today. I actually got up early today too, because my mom woke me up to put the dogs in their sweaters to take them outside this morning while it was snowing out, because she wanted to see them run around in the snow because they always have so much fun. So she came in here to put their sweaters on though and woke me up, and I was like, actually this is a good thing because I wanted to be up early. It wasn't until a little bit later that we noticed kind of like how the snow was kind of going and what the forecast was, that we were like, again too, maybe we'll just plan it with my aunt for next week. That, you know, like, we ended up changing that. So it was good that I had time earlier in the day, because I still thought that I was going over there until kind of later in the afternoon. But I ended up getting stuff done earlier in the day because I planned on like packing and, you know, having to get all that stuff done. So then by the time I was like, okay, now we're not going over there, again, me and my mom were able to go and run errands. And then I still got more editing done. So I actually edited 4 vlogs today. I had uploaded 2 that I had edited previously. So I've got 6 in total actually edited right now that I can upload. Probably just maybe do 4 tomorrow, and that way I still have 2 like to edit in the future, but then hopefully I can get another couple more edited and be very caught up. And you know, I also again too don't have my grocery list that I have to do because I finished that already. I just have a little bit of Tony's and Caputo's and Jewel's to finish up, and then I'm good to go pretty much for this week. So anyways though, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, I'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see y'all recently shiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.